Hello then, welcome back to Nagaur. Last time we declared another one Timurids, mostly due to find that Kara would join on my side. And I'm kind of relying on Kara here to more or less do the job for me. And as it currently looks, it seems like my Siege of Hormuz will most likely be stopped here, unless these guys can actually get there in time. They did, which is wonderful. And again here, I'm probably just going to peace out as soon as Kara does anything. For now, however, I'm currently sacrificing my manpower to deal with these guys, and terrain modifiers still against me. Last time we fought a... wow, you gotta be... yeah, that's the sound I make. Anyways, last time we fought a war against Orissa, but Manes here has also ended up in a position where they're currently just being overrun by peasants. Seriously, they're useless, and they don't really want to fight their peasants either, just accept their terms. But I'm going to try and re-siege Patiala, then I'll probably have to help Bamanes. Meva and Bamanes do not... A, they do not help with sieges, and B, do not really care what happens to me, which is a pain in the ass. But it is what it is. Again, Kara will probably want to... They don't actually have a claim to anything here, which is wonderful, because that means I'll get it, hopefully. And they actually wanted to... away from this one, which is wonderful. What the hell are you doing, Persia? Persia. Siege this. Do your job. It's probably because I set them too supportive, but I guess we'll just set the vassal behavior to no focus. They basically don't do anything either way. Even more rebels? Are you kidding me? Again, yeah, I'm sacrificing my troops here, my manpower, to help my vassals deal with their problems, and it's not helping. There we go. Bamanis has their internal conflicts, not surprising at all. And I'll probably have to help them too, but for now, as long as they don't get any... Why the hell aren't you even trying to siege the Patriots' land? Why? What's... I'm going to combust one day, thanks to this game, and how I handle certain things. I'm just going to spontaneously combust. I'm just going to go poof, and then you'll never see me again. Oh, you handed everything over to me. How nice. That's not so nice. Can you deal with that? Thank you. Thank you in advance. Let's see. I guess I'll take the mercantilism, because I don't care about Patiala at all right now. That's mostly just annoying. But yeah, as long as these guys keep on pissing off the Timurids, they'll probably do most of my job for me. The only thing I really need to do here is siege Loristan, so that I can actually, well, get most stuff over to Persia. And I think, again, the goal for this war would more or less be to try and get these three provinces here. Either Khan, or potentially these three. Basically just try and cut the Timurids in two. Potentially get some Persian rebels going, and work from that. But we'll have to see here. At least now we're starting to... Nationalist. Well... It was fun knowing you, Bamanis, and unfortunately, since you're my vassal, I have to deal with this. Again, I don't think I want Bamanis or any vassal of mine to ever fight a war on my side, ever again, because they're just horrible at it. But I want to siege Loristan here, because if I connect the lands, they'll be able to hand the, well, the siege over to me. So that is wonderful. And of course, it will join up our forces. I didn't actually notice that these guys were on an attack, but we are going to just leave that battle, because there's no reason for us to stay in it. We're going to lose it no matter what happens. And I'll just have to try and deal with these rebels. There's nothing else I can do. I'll just have to try and deal with Bamanis' issues right now. And again, I'm a little bit surprised that I've actually come to this, to be perfectly honest. Again, I might have handed them over a little bit too many provinces here, but that's still surprising. Unrest, war exhaustion, overextension, negative stability. Yeah, they are basically completely idiots. And full serfdom +1. Intolerance. It's just too much here that is going to keep on causing issues, because they do not call their provinces. They do have a 3. Sorry, that's the wrong goo. Yeah, they do actually have a 3. So they should be perfectly capable of doing so, but it just seems they are completely incapable, and that is kind of what is pissing me off in terms of rebels. Or vassals in this case. Kurdish patriots. Not good. But anyways, I can actually fight, or rather I can leave the fight up to Kara. I can more reasonably deal with the Timurids than I can with my vassals right now. That's actually the situation here. It's easier to deal with the Timurids than it is to deal with some of my vassals. Funnily enough, Imewa did actually go on the aggressive, which is good for a couple of reasons. Timurids they're starting to get a pretty high war exhaustion here, so I think I'm just going to keep this going until, again, Kara can't keep it going anymore, more or less. Sweden has ended their religious turmoil, which is interesting. And finally, Bahman has decided that, well, that 4,000 stack can actually siege things. But I'll just have to wait for these stacks to either die to, well, attrition, or basically just running out of power. There's not really much else I can do. There's limits to what I can do to begin with. But I think we can do an upgrade in... no, we'll work with diplomatic tech. But we'll do an upgrade in military to level 11, the matchlock musket. Combat width has been increased by 2, cavalry fire by 0.5, and infantry shock by 0.2. Can now build barracks and weapons manufactory. Fairly good upgrade. But seems like Persia was caught up off guard, which is what my vassals do. But there's really not much I can do here. I have some Sikh zealots that are Persian patriots that favor the Timurids. Are you joking with me? Yeah, I know, I'm kind of raging now. Sorry, I'll calm down in just a second. I'll have to take this idea. Benevolence. Calm down. Plus 33 to obey, basically I get better relations faster. A rather important skill, to be perfectly honest. Since my troops actually recovered here, we're going to fight this group of nationalists. And what do you know? Terrain and river. Because that's what we do. But yeah, I'm just going to have to wait for these guys to recover. Terrain modifier. It seems like India isn't really a place that I want to be, to be perfectly honest, because at least not in this game. I get negative terrain modifiers the entire time, and it's not fun. But I think I can fight these guys. We have some noble rebels, funnily enough, here. But since these guys are actually weakened, we should be able to just take them out right now before they siege anything else. And I'll just focus on allowing my army here to recover. And the Sikh zealots, I'll probably have to deal with them one way or another. They're basically just there because I'm converting their province, so since it will take 1,000 months, there's no good reason to do that. So we'll just stop, and again, this will, well, stop the zealots from rising, so that's good. What can I now take from the Timurids if I were to end the war? Ardakan is the target, of course. Burjand and Kerman, can I do that as well? Burjand, Kerman. Can I take... what else can I take here? What's actually Persian cores? A lot of the northern land too, so we'll just take north of that, I think, in this first war. Kumis. See, Kumis. Golistan. I'll just figure this out and then I'll get back to you. It would actually be pretty great if I could get the northernmost provinces during this war. That would actually be really, really helpful. And again, I'll probably try and get myself a new alliance with the Ottomans around the time that I'm actually going to fight Kara. Currently they're dealing with the Persian Patriots, so that's nice. But again, I need about... yeah, I need 75% war score to get this deal, 200 diplomatic points. But it'll basically give northeastern Persia will be completed. Rebels can hopefully then deal with this. Especially consider that if I go through with this, I should be more than able to basically leave the war exhaustion to do, well, the unrest bidding. Timurids just pieced out with Karakonliu, so that probably means that I do not want to keep this going for any longer. So I'm probably just going to have to go for a minor peace deal here, just get rid of Boynord and Sab, potentially, see if that works. If that is enough, then I'll probably just go for that deal. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to cut the Timurids up in pieces, and again, if rebels do the job, I should be able to get some results out of this, so we'll go with this. Persia has been restored to some degree, and now we're going to go down and play with, well, play with our enemies, if you will. My vassals. That's our enemy. Right now, that's actually our biggest enemy, to be perfectly honest. Now, what was I supposed to fabricate a claim on, akin to my mission? Is Nagaur claim Chanderi? Who was this one? Covert action, fabricate claim on Chanderi. There we go. Bengal and Delhi. Delhi is currently allied with Yarkand, Bengal, and Malava. Not this Yarkand, the Yarkand with an I. So probably something up here. There we go, the pink one. Let's face it, I should be able to beat this once I deal with Bamani's internal struggles. I think I should probably just take a 5 or 6 years now to consolidate my vassals here, get them working again, if you will. I'm a little bit surprised that Merva hasn't actually fabricated a claim on Gujarat, so I'll do it for them. And since they're alone, that should be a very straightforward war, and hopefully I can just grow Gujarat from that. Now our mercantilism should be pretty high because we've been getting a lot of those. Yeah, we're currently at 36%, so it's going upwards. Let's just go with that. Why don't we just also send a guy here to gather cash in take the guy in Kashmir and actually send him to gather cash and see if that actually helps on my money. Yeah, it helps a little bit, so that works. Not the best way of doing things, of course, but it works. That's what counts. And we can now build take Diplomatic Tech 6 an embassy. So that is also wonderful. But for now, I think I'll just leave it here. I'll probably not fight the noble rebels. I'll probably just help with the sieging of the provinces that the nationalists have taken. And hopefully here we can get both Patiala and also Bamanis up on their feet again. Persia is starting to look like a proper vassals, although they do have quite an interesting shape right now. Core-wise, we still have a long way to go before we're done with that, but it's looking good. If I'm really lucky, as I said, we could potentially get some revolts in the area, but it doesn't seem like that will happen, unfortunately. We've got to at least conquest against Malva and incorporate Persia. Why would I do that? I guess we'll just improve defenses, cancel, and again, I think we'll just go after Gujarat first, just annex them, get rid of them, hand it over to Meva, and then we'll fight most likely Malva for... You know what, I'm actually going to just get rid of Meva. Although they are a fairly powerful nation, fairly stable nation, I think it's high time that we just go for annexing them. Military-wise, it's actually it's really, really weak. That could be safe for Patiala as well. So I think Persia here is probably going to be my only vassal in the future. I'll probably see if I can find a very small nation here that I can then feed, because as you can see, just the fact that the vassals are so weak militarily is definitely holding me back here. So I'll reconsider again, but as soon as Persia is up and running, probably in 10 or 20 more years, then we can try and power through. Ottomans is currently growing beyond their capability, so to speak. They're starting to become actually a risk to me in terms of actually getting the conversion going. They'll probably win against Venice here, and thus I need to get into Europe itself. So I probably should have taken a more stable route. But if we look at trade companies here, I could actually use that too to my advantage. If a trade company comes and actually take one of these provinces, or potentially I just give it to one of them, I can most likely sell them, for instance, Gvada, which isn't possible to hand over to a trade company, and thus I can what's nice for that. But we'll consider that next time. Thank you for watching. Please have a comment, phrase, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll try to save Bamanes next time. Bye.